Signals in the deep, markets never sleep. Whales move silent, but we speak. On-chain truth, no disguise. This is Leviathan, open your eyes.
GM fam, today is, of course, Friday, October 3rd. It is Q4, and we hope all of your Q4 wishes are coming true already. You know that today is the first day of the rest of all of our lives, and I'm sure it's going to be your best one yet because we've got a heck of a llama party for you. If you're not familiar with llama parties, they happen every Friday. We take a look at the headlines, we talk about it, we joke about it, we have a lot of fun. And of course, it's a party, which means if you are interested in joining, the invite link is being dropped in the chat. We are streaming right now live on X and on YouTube. No disrespect to any of the other platforms, but those are the platforms where you can pop into the chat, find the link, and if you're feeling like so inspired, come join us. If you're not feeling so inspired, that is totally fine too. It's a good rule of fiction that you want your protagonist to suffer. So why not just suffer through me trying in vain to talk about news by myself that is way out of my depth, but I have no issues. I'm more than content to just be completely and utterly wrong on the internet and let all of you tell me why I'm stupid. And that makes for a good party too. So a lot of fun that we can have. Let's also take a second to note that there's a QR code keeping me company in the upper left-hand corner. If you are curious about that, that is the QR code that leads to the winner and holder of the Squid Pass. Each week, we have an auction for the Squid Pass, which grants rights to a ton of Leviathan inventory. You can pop onto many places. You can go to our website, which we're going to be looking at a lot. You can go to our Telegram feed. You can go to our Telegram feed, Twitter account. You have to forgive me. Twitter account, Telegram feed, website, as well as any live streams that have this QR code here. You can pop on and get more information about the winner of the Squid Pass. If you don't like the winner of the Squid Pass, then check out the Leviathan News auctions page, because about halfway through this stream in 30 minutes, we're going to be recapping the winner of the Squid Pass. So there's some intense bidding that's going on as we speak. The Squid Pass went up for auction at just 2,000 squid, but it's already up to 16. Or sorry, I should rephrase this in the more meme-worthy way. 16969 squid, or about $120. Really good bargain, because we spent a lot of time talking about the winners of these Squid Passes, and we just so happens that the winner of the Squid Pass this week also happens to be our top story for the week. So let's bring in our good buddy Nart here to come chat with us about all the news that's fit to ink. Nart, I don't know if you were able to hear me backstage, but we're gonna go talk about the top story of the past week, which also happens to be the winner of last week's Squid Pass. Any guesses who you think that might be? Uh-oh, Nart, I'm not hearing you. I think your audio might not be on. Although I do see the green ring around your thing popping on, so I feel like you're saying so. Maybe I can't. Maybe my sound is off. Hold on a second. No. I'm hearing some feedback and distortion coming from you. You hear me, right? There we go. Hearing something crackling. Just hearing crackling though. Hold on a second. Let me pop on the video, make sure my audio is working.
Signals in the deep.
You good?
Yeah, I heard that. Hello?
Hello? Yeah?
Oh, there you go. There we go. Nart, how are you doing, sir?
Not bad. Not bad. It's raining a lot here, but it's cool.
That's good. That means you have to stay inside and talk with me. You can't go outside to play.
Yeah, it's early morning for you, but it's Friday night for me. So
Well, I'm
yeah.
glad you are partying in the like primo spot, which is of course the Llama party here. So I was I don't know if you heard, but we was recapping and wanted to give a shout out to the winner of last week's Squid Pass that also happened to be the most clicked, most commented, most viewed story of the week. Any guesses what this winner was?
Uh, Coxie?
Of course, it's got to be Cogsy. This is just a absolutely great ad. It had a QR code, scan link, sound on, emergency broadcast from When Llama. Link to this YouTube page, and let's see if I can get this video here with sound on, so we can watch the emergency broadcast that did very well, very well. Let's see. Yes, that should do it. Here we go. You hearing the sound?
Very, very small.
I got my Llama NFT shining on the chain. Grazing in the wallet, feeling kinda DJ. But there's a drop that's coming. Don't let it slip
Oh, yeah, that's better.
away. You gotta lock that Llama down before the final day.
Wait, is this music you generate by some AI
Come again?
thing? Is this music you generate by AI stuff?
This is too good to be generated by AI, in my opinion.
Oh, so you're DJ yourself, no?
Well, I don't listen to much music, so maybe like all music is this good, and I just don't listen to music, so I don't know.
Ah,
Click that button, stick it tight.
But this seems too good to be generated by an AI. Here, like,
Some chase man call.
well, everyone knows how to find that now. Just go to leviathannews.xyz. It's the top featured story. So I will let you guys listen to that in your own time. But just by way of comparison, let's play some the AI generated music, courtesy of Restream, and you'll see it's not nearly as good. Let's see. What are you in the mood for? Chill, down tempo, chill hop, hip hop, lo-fi, lounge, R&B, house, future pop, classical. Do you have a favorite style?
you have Pink Floyd?
What's that? DeFi?
No, Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Oh man, don't think they have that, but I think that would be. Let's see.
I was joking. Whatever float your boat, just do it.
All right. What would be good for a party? Let's try hip hop.
Okay.
Okay, I take it back. This is pretty jamming too. All right, we'll leave this on till the chat complains.
Okay.
At any rate, if you didn't hear the earlier music that was being generated, whether by DeFi or it was like probably by some like super talented person in the Llamas community, they were encouraging people to stake your Llama. And if you're not sure why that is, this is a incredible week to get a Llama, which are like super cheap. I was like shocked to see how bad NFTs are doing. But you can pick up a Llama for like just about nothing, and you can stake it. And if so, this week there's going to be an airdrop that's going on from the Open Stablecoin Index. I know because I'm helping to pull a lot of the airdrop participants for Open Stablecoin Index. So everybody should want to get access to free money, basically. I can't say free money because you don't know like how much it's going to be, and it's for a governance token that's super like illiquid. So you're not going to actually be able to like get much. Not going to be able to get much if you're trying to sell it. But what you can do is you can take the Open Stablecoin Index governance token called Squill, and you can basically just like deposit the lock this into the Reserve Protocol governance board, And when you do so, like, you will actually earn trading fees from the Open Stablecoin Index. So it's a good deal. There's a lot of ways that you can actually get access to it. And it's also worth checking the prior airdrops, because the prior airdrops were like only about 11% claimed. So those went out to anyone who like has Squid, which is maybe anyone listening to this podcast, as well as anyone that has used a lot of DeFi protocols like Curve, which is probably a lot of people here as well. We officially got some complaints, so we're gonna phase out the music. But yes, lock your llamas, and you will be, if you do it in time, eligible for the airdrop, which it will be going out to a lot of people. I'll try and pull that up, but I know Narton, you've been following the Open Stablecoin community pretty closely too. Like, could you like offer any thoughts on Open Stablecoin?
Yeah, I mean, stable is people say it's a narrative of this circle, and just now we have a news saying this stablecoin market cap is past 300 billion already. Um, but I mean, there's still a concern of centralized stablecoin like USDT and Circle um, having majority of that share. So I think having an index of different government token for decentralized stablecoin, like 10 different one in one basket is great. Again, it's a really good move, and I think it's like since inception, the price keep going up. So yeah, good move in any sense.
Yeah, let me try and pull the actual reserve dashboard up so we can see how it's done. And we'll go ahead and look through the constituents of the basket. So last week I looked at it, was like down to like $1.20, which is about the lowest. But when it was launched at $1, appropriately. So from $1, it's kind of crept, shot upwards. It was like $1.70 at its peak, which would be, easy math. Even I can do 70% return. Since then, like, the past month, it's kind of trickled down, but at its low, it's still just in the $1.20 range. And then in this past week, it's popped back up to $1.30. You could see the constituent basket here is Aave, Origin, Alchemix, Inverse, Reserve, Curve, Sky, Liquidity, FXN, and Frax's now named Frax token, previously FXS. A great basket of tokens. But one of the things that's interesting and very opportune about the timing of this airdrop is that it is actually going to be undergoing the Q4 rebalancing. So every quarter, the basket changes, and people who claim the Squill airdrop will get the opportunity to vote on what they would like to put in the basket. And we can't predict anything, of course, because who really knows? But we know that there's a couple of protocols that are interested in joining, and I think one of which has a pretty good chance, which is Resupply, is pretty interesting. So they replied to Open Stablecoin Index on X and said that they think that REUSD's chances are quote unquote better than average. Kind of hinting at the yield on REUSD was also better than average, because if you looked at the stablecoin yields for the past period, with I think it was like a few days ago, SERUSD was at 14% relative to FX Save, 13.5 give or take. S Curve USD at 11%. Yearn stablecoin for Sky, their vault was 9.1%, SDollar 8.5%, and STUSD Angle at 7.15%. So all pretty good yields, but I think that REUSD could win this, because if you look on chain, there was actually a transaction where C2TP, who is like the founder of Convex, a whale himself, and and if you look at the our resupply owners, it's like 20% convex, 10% Yearn. Resupply is killing it. So they bought just $5,000 worth of squill, which was enough to shoot the price of the squill token from about 20 cents to about 30 cents just in a single candle. When I say the squill token is like super low market cap, like a $5,000 purchase, which is not all that much, was able to skyrocket. And that's going to give probably enough governance power to buy the SUS. Plus other people like squills. And, final thing I'll say about squill is that there are
So the mic is kind of unstable. The sound quality.
Shoot, really?
Yeah,
Oh, good news for you. That means you have to talk more.
Oh
Um,
no.
basically, So I thought that it was because I'm running an Ethereum node, and I thought that it was like the node that was causing it. So every like 12 seconds or so, like it was my mic was getting bad. So in the past couple of weeks, I just turned the node off for this. I guess that's not it though. So we'll see what happens.
So it's not the mic; it's the internet bandwidth.
Oh, the internet here is horrible. It was actually out from about 1 a.m. till about 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow.
Well, let's hope that's not it. I don't know how much anyone is able to hear of what I said. Basically, I'm just saying that C2TP is buying Squill. No one's going to defeat C2TP if he's trying to like buy up his way into the index. Although, who knows? Other protocols might get into a bidding war. It would be good for a very, very low market cap Squill token because he bought 5,000.
And maybe one more thing is it's another protocol proposing on the forum, the reserve forum. Frankencoin. Have you heard about them?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Frankencoin. So they'd be the only non-USD stablecoin in there. That would be they are a Swiss franc stablecoin, and it could be interesting because unlike a lot of other fiat currencies that have historically not been good, not been good just to hold because they tend to like go down in value thanks to rampant printing. The Frankencoin has actually outperformed the dollar, the Swiss stablecoin, over its history. So it might actually be an interesting coin to hold if you are a fan of like yield-bearing stable coins. Like you kind of think of it if it actually did outperform the dollar as a yield-bearing stable coin.
Oh, so it is a yield-bearing stable coin.
I don't think that Frankencoin native is yield-bearing. I think that, but I just say if it outperforms the USD, then holding it would be about the same as holding a yield-bearing stable coin.
Oh, but you still have to like stake it or something to earn the yield.
I think that they have a staking yield mechanism. I'm not sure. I wouldn't swear to it. But I think that's the case because who we should get on here, and unfortunately the show's timed horribly for him, is DeFi Advisor, who is like very tight with the Frankencoin team. So he would actually be able to answer these questions. So let's just harass him after the show and get him to come give a quick talk about it.
The market cap is like 13 million, which is impressive.
Yeah. So this is my favorite chart in all of crypto, which is showing on the screen here. Are you able to see that? This is the breakdown of stablecoins by currency. Let's get the QR code out of the way so you can see the title. It's just the pie. The pie is entirely US dollar. It's 99.8% of all stablecoins are dollar denominated, and there's like almost none that are denominated elsewhere.
Yeah, you better look at the actual number, like the million, rather than the percentage.
Exactly. It just doesn't even show up. It's like so overwhelmingly dominated. Now, most of that's Tether, but but it is what it is. Like the US dollar has just been absolutely dominant. So there's a few more things I was gonna say on the subject of stable coins. You'd mentioned it actually. This is a pretty no. What I wanted to talk about was, while we're talking about Frankencoin, it's probably worth mentioning that there's been a number of attempts to do forex, foreign exchange on chain, but there hasn't been a lot of success. So I think that chart that I just showed is one of the big reasons. The fact that there's so few stable coins not denominated in USD is kind of a big reason that there hasn't been a wide variety, in my opinion, of foreign exchange. But there's at least one protocol very near and dear to my heart that might end up doing pretty well and getting forex going. And this is made possible by a recent addition to curve pools. So the newest generation of curve pools has been kind of dubbed FX swap because they work really well for foreign exchange. And they're very similar to kind of previous versions of pools, like very similar to the crypto swap algorithm. But they include this kind of new concept within it called a refueling mechanism, which essentially means that if the pool is pegged to an oracle of some kind, and the pool is out of balance with regard to that oracle, you can actually make a donation to the pool to rebalance liquidity. So generally, when you trade the pool for the previous version of crypto swap, it will rebalance liquidity and take profits at the same time. But if you are basically like willing to give up some of those profits by instead making a donation to the pool to better concentrate liquidity, you of course lose the money because donation, you're just paying the money, but it's much better for the LPs of the pool. And this mechanism, when they've ran a bunch of simulations on it, works very, very well for foreign exchange pools. And it's also, of course, the basis of the 3 yield basis pools that have launched on Curve in the past week. So, do you have any? Have you been following the FX swap, or have any questions about it?
No, I don't know anything about it actually.
So our good buddy Fiddy, who used to work for Curve, didn't actually get to work for Curve with regard to like working on the FX swap. But he wrote up this really, really good summary, which I'd recommend. It's linked in the comments of the article to learn a bit more, because Fiddy did a lot of work on the previous generations of TriCrypto. And as he mentions, a lot of asset issuers are looking at this particular mechanism for improving swapping. So we'll, of course, get to yield basis in a minute because they've been invoked. But first, I just wanted to take a second to go through the Curve weekly yield and ecosystem metric updates that Curve publishes every week. Because I think that for yield farmers, there's a lot of really good information in this. So there's a few things that I noticed I wanted to highlight. Of course, there was a big surge in Curve TVL. So it's up to 2.7 billion. And I think there's probably like a few reasons for this, but one of which is just that stablecoin yield, as we already saw from that REC thing, is like higher than it usually is. And if you've been following the markets for a while, like there's many reasons why that could be the case. But when the default yields kind of kick up a little higher than average, usually it's a good indication that people are like super bullish on markets. And conversely, when like yields kind of drop to closer to like the risk-free rate, it's a sign that like people are a bit more bearish. So essentially, like you could think of it as like people are like moving into riskier assets and like hyper leveraging. When people hyper leverage, Curve USD, of course, reacts to it in terms of its yield rates, which feeds right back into the S Curve USD. So there's really, really good if you're not like chasing, like 100x leverage Bitcoin. There's really, really good yields to be seen just in stable coins. And looking through this list here, like, I'm sure that like people have their own risk tolerances. The one that like stuck out to me is like SFrax USD, Frax USD is really, really like no brainer because it's saying 27% yield. Frax is like super safe historically. SFrax USD is the yield generating version of Frax. So you're getting whatever the Frax USD yield is baked into all that. Just like Seemed to me like a no-brainer. But did anything stick out to you from the curve yields of the week or anything here? Or anything you got questions about?
Wait, you mentioned a little bit about like this like you can somehow see the market from this yield number. Is it a sign of like the more bearish or more bullish when you have like high number of liquidity in these stable assets?
So I would personally
Which direction should like would you interpret?
So I personally would interpret it as right now as the market is very, very bullish. Because basically, if you look at, if you look at, for example, let me just pick out the TBTC Curve USD market on. Let me get the screen up here. If you wanted to basically borrow Bitcoin on Llama Land,
Yep.
in order to do so, at the moment you'd have to pay a 15% borrow rate, which is really high historically. Like but that's basically the demand that the rate that you have to pay, which is kind of I'm assuming it's in line with market average. I haven't shopped around at Aave and the others, but people are expecting that if they basically hyper leverage Bitcoin right now, it's going to be a good time to do so. So they're willing to pay this 15.8% rate. Whereas if the market was not bullish, like if Bitcoin was going down, let's say, then no one would be interested in borrowing. So the borrow rate would have to come down to, let's say, 1%, and to actually entice people to borrow. So you can kind of use this borrow rate as a proxy. And then when the borrow rate is super high, 15%, that gets piped back into Curve USD because this passed like some months ago, but like the basically like the excess yield that is earned from the mint markets in Curve USD, a portion of it goes to paying the yield bearing stablecoin S Curve USD. So when you see S Curve USD yield is really high, that's kind of a sign that means people are borrowing these riskier assets like crazy.
And then the yield come to these the other pool that we mentioned earlier.
Right. Another way of thinking about it is just like no one wants to hold stablecoins right now because everyone's putting their money into Bitcoin or Ethereum.
And
or
the yield is super high. Yeah.
So because no one's trying to dilute that yield with stablecoins, by the same token, we see markets are going nuts.
Nobody wants to make money slow. Everyone
Nope.
wants to make money fast.
It's like I guess a good thing and a bad thing about the space that we're all super greedy. But you know who's not super greedy is the auction bidders, because like you can get really good shout outs on our live streams here, but no one is challenging OX780. So they might get this squid pass for a bargain of just $120. If so, we'll find out. It's going to expire in the next minute and a half. If you got funds on Fractal, or if not, the Frax bridge is pretty fast. You can get over there pretty cool. And you might be able to bid here. Wrapped Frax ETH would probably be your best bet here. Both 12-second blocks on Ethereum mainnet and Fractal blocks minting. Like Fractal block space is pretty easy to get. You could probably bridge and place a bid just in the nick of time. 1 minute left. We'll see what happens here.
One weird question, but it might help the auction like more people getting. So like you get a like advertise your protocol on Leviathan, right? What if like somebody's like, I want to advertise myself, like I'm a good dev and like I can provide good research, and is there any like
you can advertise,
or you can advertise anything?
You can advertise anything you want with the Squid Pass within reason. I mean, if someone was gonna like promote like some sort of like pro Hitler meme or something like, like obviously we'd reject that, right? But if anything within reason, if it's not like going to get us like kicked off of YouTube by posting it everywhere. Oh, it looks like someone bid. Ooh, last second bid by OX1B. Was that you?
Somebody listen to me,
Was that you? Are you advertising yourself?
No.
Okay.
Next time.
Well, you know what? You don't even need to pay if you want to just advertise yourself. Like you come to the party, so like, why don't you take a second to advertise yourself while I pull up?
No, that's forbidden. Yeah, that's should be like forbidden. Like any like somebody weird and go and then like say weird stuff about themselves. That's
All right. Well, if you're too modest to do it, I'll go ahead and advertise for you. Nart here, not his real name. You might be able to guess his real name if you look at the jersey in the back. Is looking for work here in the U.S. So if you're interested in hiring a Chad developer, who wouldn't be? Nart can help you with on-chain data analytics, with coding, anything. I'm sure I'm selling you short. What else can you do?
oh maybe next week we can talk about this Squid Digest.
I think we'll be ready to next week. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I think it's in pretty good shape now. So we basically like query all this new from Leviathan. We have API, so we get all this content from last week or last day or like whatever time frame we want, and then we summarize it. We feed it like with some of the AI provider, and then we have this digest of Leviathan new. Yeah. So yeah, I'm working on this like more AI's integrated system into our news.
Yeah, I'm very excited with it. So it's basically the news that people are curating, and it's going to go through digest. So we'll talk more about that towards the end of the stream. Like to keep the Leviathan stuff at the end. But yeah, I'm seeing the auction block chatter is picking up. We'll move off it for a second because we got about 7 minutes before next bidder. But yeah, you've been talking about your skill sets. Are you a technical analyst? Are you able to draw lines on charts and tell us what it means? Because this was a really fascinating chart that happened over the past week, which is Curve USD supply, which has kind of been stagnant around 100 million. All of a sudden, in the space of a couple blocks, just shot up to 180 million. And people who are like traders always say that like it was in the charts. If you draw the right lines, you can see it. Did anyone see this one coming?
New basis?
Of course, yield basis. Yield basis. It was within. I keep trying. Like, I keep trying to get in. I can't. It just popped up from about like their previous caps of 1 million to 10 million, and it's completely full.
So the new cap is 10 million now.
New cap is 10 million, and all three caps for all three assets are filled. And the way the yield basis works is because it has to be paired with kind of like double the liquidity. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, fact checkers. Doesn't this mean that like they've already used up the entire credit line that Curve USD was offered to them? So basically, like the way that they're doing is they're pre-printing the ability to take out up to 60 million in Curve USD debt. I think this was it. I think this is their entire like the max that they're allowed to take out. So I don't know. But it is cool stuff. And if you actually look at the various yield basis pools on Curve, you can get a sense of what these people are getting for their Bitcoin yield. So the way that like yield basis works is it tries to take the volatility of Bitcoin. Let's see if I can actually bring these pools up. Yes, here we go. It tries to bring the volatility of Bitcoin trading and capture that volatility and give it back essentially as yield. Very short version, very left brain version. And you can see that the yield basis daily trading on these FX swap pools is doing really good. So these are the Curve pools for yield basis is for Curve USD, TBTC, Curve USD, CBBTC, Curve USD, WBTC. You can see they got that 20 million TVL. And the base VAPYs are between 4 and 6%, which is really, really good. For comparison, the top yields of the week, if you are doing Bitcoin only pools, where is that? You can get on this chain. This is you can get 15%. I guess don't think that'll last, but generally this is closer to what I see, which is like 3% yield on Bitcoin. So the fact that
Yeah,
it's
but
like a
but it's like different. This is like LP, but Ubase is like you don't LP, right? It's
exactly.
yeah.
So it will be different, but it is capturing that volatility of the trading between Bitcoin and Curve USD and redirecting a portion of that as yield. So it could be very juicy yields. We don't know. But the fact that like we're seeing kind of very consistent, high sustained yields on these curve pools is a good indicator that when yield basis, they're not actually showing the APYs on their markets yet. They're just showing this soon. But I think once it runs for long enough, you will find out what the actual yield that was generated is going to be. So the way yield basis works is you can do trading APY or you can do token APY, which would be the YB token. So either or, we'll find out soon.
Wait, a random question. So like the way that Ubasis can do it, because I think the DeFi thing we can do flash loan. Like it's gonna like you deposit 100K worth of BTC, for example, and then Ubasis is gonna flash loan 100K worth of Curve USD. Um, did you like? Do you see any of these things happen in TradFi? Um, because like the unique thing about DeFi is a flash loan thing, right?
Right. So there's a number of concepts within DeFi that don't that I know of, and anyone who's worked an actual suit job can tell me. I don't. There's like certain things that don't really have an equivalent within TradFi, in my opinion. So, like for example, like stablecoin trading, like I couldn't imagine that existing in TradFi. Like the need to have like special algorithms to trade a dollar for a dollar.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it exists. AMMs don't really exist. Like one of the reasons that stablecoin, or not stablecoin, but like one of the reasons that like foreign exchange trading is such a big business is because like the market makers for that can like set pretty juicy spreads, and hire staff to man desks to do it and all that. But those staff are like essentially like among the like earliest things you could imagine like having their jobs taken, because if you look at like AMM trading in crypto, and it's a commoditized, like it's a race to the bottom. Like you are able to like see like top tier like pair trading going down to like basis points or like nearly zero fees to try and like just pick up volume. I don't because TradFi has like a higher touch for it. Like in TradFi, there's a lot that does exist in TradFi. Of course, like TradFi's got lending markets, right? Like, so we'll see. We'll see how much of this like works its way on chain. One thing that's very clear is that like settlements using stablecoins is a lot faster than Swift and the kind of traditional rails. So like we are seeing, like you already alluded to this earlier, but the market cap of stablecoins passed 300 billion this past week, which is wild.
300 billion.
It just up only. And stables remain the narrative. So actually, like this past week, Stable Summit happened in Singapore. If like full crowd for people just sitting like talking about like stable coins. You also alluded to this article earlier by Nick Carter, which was talking about the stablecoin duopoly, where we might actually see that stable coins are rapidly evolving beyond just Tether and US. We might actually get into like a nice long tail of many different stable coins. Let's see. I think he had another chart here in his article, which you could see like, instead of a duopoly, like as more and more TradFi players especially come online, we are seeing like a ton of gaining traction and gaining size and gaining market share, and being put to really interesting uses, honestly.
Somehow I compare different like different stable coin, like different like foreign exchange, right? Like
Mhm.
each stable coin would have their own protocol and their own mechanism. So it's gonna be like arbitrate between stable coin, and that's how like you trade a stable coin to a stable coin. Like why would you trade yen for dollar, right? Like, but here in DeFi we trade a dollar for a dollar because they have different use case, they have different protocol mechanism. Yeah, somehow I treat it like foreign exchange.
Yeah, and I think that's a decent analogy. So I think that like you're going to see like most of the I think the general use case for most of the traditional finance stablecoins is settlements. But that being said, like with all these centralized stablecoins, if they're pursuing like the accreditation under the Genius Act, that means that they are like there are restrictions on how they can offer incentives to users. Anyway, one thing we've seen within DeFi is that yield, particularly stablecoin yield, is like a killer app. So like obviously DeFi stablecoins are riskier. We looked at that leaderboard earlier where it was like 5-10%. Was like a good a range for some of the safer stablecoins, and you could get as high as like 30%. People are always going to chase that, right? So like there will be some non-zero number of people that say like, hey, I'm interested in your BlackRock stablecoin, but they're going to want to just grab that BlackRock stablecoin, trade it for Curve USD, and ape into Curve Pool and get 30% yield because they
Yeah.
did the math, think it's safe or whatever. So it, my prediction is that the rising boat for stablecoins is going to like end up redounding to the benefit of DeFi.
Hmm.
And it was sort of hinted at. We mentioned Fiddy already. We'll show this chart that he this tweet from him where he was basically commenting that it's a new cycle and a completely different leaderboard when you look at the volume stablecoins being traded. So that first one that's obscured by the QR code, which still goes to Llama, but maybe not soon because it's the auction just ended. Yeah, PYUSD, RLUSD from Ripple and PayPal, respectively, are number 2 and number 1. USDC, FXUSD, DUSD, like the top traded stablecoins are all brand new this cycle. So it's very fun stuff to see. Stablecoins always find their way to Curve. All right, so yeah, I don't yet know. I'm multitasking a bit too much to really know who won that latest auction. OX1B3B, congratulations. 18,000 squid for the Telegram plus X pinned post and shout outs, QR code, and plugs in the live stream. If you got a message for us to read, go ahead and drop it in the channel. In the auction channel, and we will go ahead and shout you out early on this. Until then, just a reminder that the QR code is taking you to Llamas. And it looks like Alex last second bid is his. So Alex, who's been helping you with the Squid Digest, we don't know what they're going to promote. Maybe it'll be Squid Digest. We'll find out soon.
Alex? Oh,
The Alex, yes.
I only text him. I never talked to him. Like,
I got a chance to talk to him. Good guy. Hopefully he can pop on some of these Llama parties. So number one story for the past week was Llama, as we mentioned. They are talking about how if you stake your Llama, you are going to be eligible for the Squill drop. But there was one protocol that took the number 2 and number 3 slots for top story for the past week. And we haven't talked about him yet. You want to guess what protocol I'm talking about?
not yield basis.
Not yield basis. Surprisingly, yield basis did not take the top spots. Now, there's reasons, by the way, that in my opinion, beyond this protocol just being great, but there's reasons that I think that they got 2 and 3. We saw like the Llama headline was really, really good, right? The Llama headline, it had the QR code. It was like very catchy kind of call to action. Let's watch this video now. It's urgent. So of course, in Third place, I wrote this headline, so admittedly, I wrote it to be a bit clickbaity, and I think that's why it did very well. But this is a fun story, all the same. Ambitious Yearn dev shares one neat trick that made him $40 from ChatGPT. So,
Oh, like
I don't know, like
okay, I
my
think I read this.
my X feed is just full of clickbait articles about like the power of AI, right? Like, like these threaders I don't even follow pop to the top of my feed like, oh, Chat GPT 5.1 just dropped and it's amazing, and I'm already running 5 businesses and making $1 million a day from them. Like, so I was trying to like channel that vibe because those posts seem to do very well. And sure enough, like a lot of people click to find out this one neat trick. And yeah, if you're not familiar with the neat trick, basically, this is Marco Worms, super cool guy, works at Yearn. I think writing the docs there. And all he did was he was going to ChatGPT and he was saying like, hey, I need a private key. Could you generate one? Now, because it's an LLM, which means it's just probabilistically generating a Markov chain of text. It was basically like it said, oh, it's asking for a seed phrase, like come up with something that looks like a seed phrase. But it had done that before. So, because the responses all are also kind of like set to be like, like not have too much entropy, like you want to give somewhat consistent responses. It meant that someone else previously had asked ChatGPT for a seed phrase, and it just had reused it for Marco. So when Marco like entered the seed phrase, he found out that some other dev had been using it and already funded it with like $40. So pretty fun stuff.
Is it dilute yet? Like,
I didn't see the after screenshot, so we could
no,
check
I mean,
this.
did you try like 100 times and then accidentally hit a like jackpot?
I mean, you should, right? Like
Yeah.
why wouldn't you just sit there?
I mean, $40 in like third world countries is a big deal.
I mean, $40 here in America is a big deal. I could eat for a week on that.
Really? No.
Well, if I'm fasting, maybe. But anyway, that was the third most popular story. The second most popular story, and this actually ties to a story we had last week, which is this is also someone trying to game the headlines a little bit to try and become see if their story could do really well. It also involved Yearn. This was a story about the overhaul of Yearn tokenomics and governance. So Yearn is basically discarding their vote escrow system, moving towards more of a vote lock model, which is an interesting story, right? Like, but if you look at the chat image here, there's 3 very attractive women showing off the goods, and to top it all off, if you're not into that, they have a furry. So like there's something in there for just about everyone in crypto. And Alice Rosengarten, as the top comment, specifically commented that the skin ratio should make the news a bit bigger, right? And I wasn't sure because like I thought maybe there'd be like a lot of fury against the furries and that would knock it down. But sure enough, this was the second most clicked article for the week. I guess people trying to click through and see this. So if you're curious, so last week there's also a story that did very well, and it also included like a story about like an AI influencer generation platform, and it featured like a model, a video of a model using this, and the model's very attractive, so everyone was like clicking through. So the Gunnar coefficient is strong within crypto. But it's just like I was commenting that this is like a property of advertising, which is well studied. So I actually brought up the study. If you're curious to read more, no one's going to click this because there's no skin. But it actually they studied this rigorously and found out that there was a correlation for advertising that included more alluring content. It's a real thing. And it's a reason that like when you're optimizing for algorithms, like humanity is utterly doomed, and everything will devolve into OnlyFans in the end.
Yeah, we're so done.
But good news if you are if you're trying to like game the Leviathan news algorithm and become one of the top headline posters. I just showed you 3 headlines that did really well: clickbait headline, provocative content, and you can find your way in the top 5.
Actually, Leviathan, like hard tip to you, sir. Like you have like the free API that is really detailed on like which article got like the tag and how many like attention they have. I think it's like a good signal and like a free API. Everybody can like just go there and then check which one is the most attention and then somehow have the signal of bullish, bearish, whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's actually like more like kind of a hidden secret that we have so many APIs, and they are actually like quite
Mm.
accessible in most cases and pretty easy to interact with. Because we haven't done any documentation behind it, so it's just when
Yeah.
people ask, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's for that.
it needs some document, some good document there. It's
Yeah.
so detailed. I mean, like I haven't looked at it fully, but just the size, how detailed the API. So
Yeah, well, the whole anything that you see on the website, there's an API hook for it, right? And we're actually like, hey, we're in the last 10 minutes, so we can talk about Leviathan stuff. So, like, yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little quick dev chatter on Leviathan. First, just some lightning round of stories. So, I'll leave a second after I read the headlines, so you can comment if you like. But if you are a dev, Fusaka Fork has been deployed on Holski testnet. So it was activated. There. Some of the latest upgrades. If you're running a node, make sure upload. Like you're probably gonna need to update your software soon to be compatible with it. But Ethereum is progressing and like scaling faster than it really should.
are you running the node, sir?
Not right now, because as I mentioned, like the mic seems to do poorly when I'm running a node and live streaming. So I always cut out my node for the live streams. So I'm sure
Oh.
that there is some. Like stalker out there that's going to be like, hey, he's running a node. Let me figure out like when he's done a live stream and like run this against
Whoa,
all
whoa, 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 whoa.
see when it goes out, and then I don't know why, like, but like we'll know which node is his, and somehow we'll use that to like hack him and kill him or something. No. Another story that I thought was interesting is CME is embracing crypto. There's no more breaks. Crypto trading 24/7. So if you thought you could ever get sleep and trade crypto, that's not the case. Oh, see, that was quick. Look at that. They already got it.
That is quick.
4515151 tunes out during Llama hours. They got him. Ouch.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm so paranoid. It's like, what are you gonna do if you found that out? Like,
Yeah. Can you do anything? Like,
the only thing I could imagine would be like, I still don't understand the algorithm by which a node gets selected to generate a block. Because they say it's random, but there's nothing random in crypto. So there is like small pockets of nodes that have some algorithm that decides that this node is next to propose a block. So I guess like they could say, like enough nodes knowing me could collude and say, all right, 4515151 is a real dick. Let's keep him from getting the next block. Oh, that's not good. They're gonna hack the ETH and buy squid. Yeah, I mean, actually, I guess it'd be good for everyone else. If everyone did hack.
Good for me.
Good for me. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Go for it. Go for it, friends. Yeah, you got me. No, last 10 minutes, let's talk Leviathan stuff. So, like, I just wanted to shout this out because this took unnecessarily a large amount of time, and it didn't. No one understood what it means. So, like, because you have to be if it links to a GitHub, so like people assume, oh, okay, so it's some sort of like random like GitHub thing. I'll just ignore it. But it's actually pretty easy, and I would advise people to take a look at this. So basically, if you had voted in the previous rounds in the Squid DAO, I'll go ahead and load this up. If you voted in the Squid DAO previously, when you clicked on a proposal, it where was that? If you click on like if you say like new proposal, where is it? Somewhere in there, it basically says like the amount of squid that you have. Here it is. And previously, the way that Snapshot works is like you basically have like different formulas you can use to calculate people's share. So when you're like trying to vote for, or like trying to like look at the Squid DAO and say like, what's your voting stake? We have plans at some point to do things like move it to mainnet and have a vote locking contract and all that. But for the time being, like we're still very seat of the pants. So we're saying so we want to encourage people to take the squid that we're sending out every month in the squid drop and stake it. If you're on Fractal, you can stake it on Curve directly. You can stake it in Convex. You can stake it a lot of places, right? Like there's a lot of destinations where the squid can go. Now, previously we were fine because there was only 7 destinations. You could have naked squid. You could have a squid LP token, but not stake it. You could stake it in Curve. You could stake it in Convex. You could stake it in the squid ETH pool, the squid Squill pool after we launched Squill and decided to create a liquidity pair. And people said, well, we'd like to vote. So we let the LP token or the gauge for that or the Convex for that go through. So we were fine. And we were able to come up with a formula for all those. But then StakeDAO launched on Fractal and said, hey, we can actually offer a better boost. So the savviest people were like, yes, let's take our token, bring it to StakeDAO, and we'll get the best boost there. And then they said, can we vote too? And we said, I mean, you should. Like that should be totally legal. But because we were limited to only 8 tokens that you could use to create a snapshot formula, we couldn't do it. So all that we did was we created a very simple Viper script, which basically aggregates this all into one contract. So this Squid DAO vote was deployed on chain. You can call your balance of your address, and you can see what is like. It sits there and looks at all the different tentacles. So this is 9 different places you could have your squid. It calculates the effective balance and puts them all together, and it converts them all to squid amounts. So the reason I brought this like tab up is like previously it was a bit easier to calculate everything in terms of LP balance because the math was a bit easier. Every month when we were doing a new vote, I didn't have to update as many destinations. I just had to like figure out the squid price and update that relative to the LP price as well as relative to the squid squill price. This contract does it all automatically, which means that previously your voting power was this weird number. People were confused before. They said, hey, how come I have 10,000 squid, but I'm showing only 1,000 vote shares? What does that mean? And I said, oh, you just have to normalize the LP price. And they threw a shoe at me and said, like, that's crazy. I don't know what that means. Go away. Now, if you go here, and everyone should do this if you have squid in any of these pools, the rough amount of squid you have should be the same as your voting power. So I'm poor. I have 10,000 squid. That's not a lot, but at least that matches. Like my 10,000 squid voting power, which is LP, matches this roughly in the same range. Everyone should check this. If you have 10 million squid and it's showing 0 squid, or if you have 0 squid and it's showing 10 million squid, please get in touch with me because the vote's going to go live probably in the next few days. And when it does, you want to have your voting power. So action item for everyone who has squid, verify this and ping me. Makes sense? Did I communicate that well enough? Okay.
Yeah, very neat Viper contract on GitHub. If everybody like wanna take a look, it's very organized and very handy for any voting DAO.
I mean, you all know, having gone through when the code gets unmaintainable, it's not so fun, right? But Viper just makes it easy to write beautiful code. I mean, just look at this. You don't even need to understand. Viper because it's so well documented. And Viper includes the NetSpec documentation and will generate docs for you. So there's not even that much complex. Oh yeah. And mind you,
so you can increase it into any arbitrary amount of token or LP. It's not limited to.
Well, I mean, I need to deploy a new contract. I need to deploy a new contract if something came up, right? Like if this is only the contracts that I've actually like hard coded in there. But you can see
Oh,
it also verified nicely. Thank you, Etherscan, for helping to get the Viper compiler working again. And what you could do is you could even if you want to go hardcore, you can like take your address. You can see the balances,
yeah.
but you could also see like how that breaks down into like this is just naked squid. I use the term naked squid because that skin coefficient. I want people to hear naked squid and get aroused because not everyone's a furry. Some people are. I don't even know what a furry for squids would be, but some people are slimies. You could get the you could see the summary balance of everything. Now this account just says naked squid, so it's not a lot. But yes, exciting times around the Leviathan universe. We're aggregating all the updates. So pretty soon, if you're subscribed to the Substack, you're going to get an update on all the amazing updates around Leviathan for the past month. You'll be able to use that, take your squid, and vote in the upcoming vote for emissions. 1 million emissions go out each month. It gets divided up into several categories. So people who help develop, people who help submit news, people who help curate the news, people who do live streams like this. Nart, you yourself are at least going to be earning some squid for being on this Llama party, as well as all your help with development.
Yeah, exciting.
But that being said, squid is a valueless governance token. It's not going to pay the bills. So if you're just joining now, Nart is looking for a job. Ooh.
Yeah, that paid the bill.
Exactly. Excellent stuff. My video just cut out, so I don't know if my audio also cut out. Maybe it's a sign that node 4515151 spinning back on.
So random number.
No. I timed it. Like I sat there in line waiting 45151. It's a lucky number. Very poetic. Nart, anything that we should have talked about that we didn't talk about? Anything you want to talk about while we got things going off here?
I think the only thing that I want, like, maybe people to pay attention is these rebalance of open the stablecoin index. I think it's gonna be fun to watch. Like it's fixed 10 protocol, and then people like new protocol wanna get in. So I think it's gonna be fun to watch.
Very much so. Do you have any predictions for which token? I'm just going to assume that C2TP is able to get resupply in the basket, but that means one's going to fall out. Do you have any predictions about which token is going to fall out here?
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, let's make a bet. Let's do it live. I'll
Okay.
bet. We'll use squid even.
Okay, you squid. If
So-
anybody want to bet, just drop a message and get back to you.
Absolutely. We should get a
I don't
prediction
know.
market going for this.
Yeah, prediction market.
Oh man, let's do it. We'll miss this rebalance, but let's do it for the next
why not?
rebalance. Let's build a prediction market right in Leviathan where you can bet squid on
Which
the.
which one you prefer? Like,
Well, not a matter of preference. Like I like all these tokens. But I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Actually, no. You go ahead first. I want to check one thing before I make my prediction. Because I think I know which one I think is going to fall out, but I wanna get one data point.
What do you mean you know?
I'm pretty good at seeing the future.
Wow. Okay.
And don't worry, I don't use it for trading.
Why not?
Because it'd be unfair to people. It'd be unfair. Like
let me guess. Don't get mad, but I think it's gonna be Alchemix.
no, I think Alchemix is going to make it.
No?
I think that's an incorrect prediction.
Okay. Say your prediction.
Well, let me just verify this by yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be Sky Protocol. And I was already sure of this before. I saw the outcome of the prior vote. But like, why? This is the prior vote. Like, why wouldn't the last place one not make it in?
Oh, you mean like the openness of the protocol?
No, just Q3 rebalance. We already had a vote. Curve Finance got 14% in first place.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, there's a lot of Squill governors that care about Curve
Oh,
Finance. Obviously, the Sky ecosystem is not super involved with Open. Like they got airdrop, they should be. So this was, I believe, after the second
mm,
round airdrop where the Sky governors received Squill. If they didn't bother to vote lock, if they didn't bother to be in the protocol, I think they just don't care.
wait. So you like we track that. So we track like which address and which protocol do involve in open.
Yeah, here's the snapshot vote from round 2. You can see all the voters. You can see my votes here. You can see there was 38 people who voted, which is really good. You could see there's very active Origin, for example. The Origin protocol people, like they stepped up and voted en masse. Inverse Finance like really cares. The people who voted for Sky are generally like these kind of like top tier, like they have a lot of a lot of Squill. They want to throw their weight around, and they like Sky because everyone likes Sky, but there was no organic effort for Sky. So calling it, predicting it right now on record, Sky Protocol is going to be out. Resupply will take its seat, and mind you, I don't see Frankencoin taking a seat. We'll see.
Okay. So resupply is gonna replace Sky.
You heard it here first. First report, a week before it even happens. Weeks before it
Okay.
even happens. Sky's out
Prediction market.
and resupply's in.
All right. I note that.
And if I'm wrong, I'll send you 10,000 squid.
All right.
If yours gets in, you have to make a similar prediction.
You intimidate me, like you scaring me. Okay, but the deal is a deal. Yeah.
Well,
But
no,
if I get 10,000 squid, it's your.
well, no. We should have it where if your prediction is correct, if one person gets it exactly right. So if you guess the exact composition of the rebalance. So I'm saying the rebalance is all 9 protocols the same. RSUP takes Sky's place. If you make a similar, you said Alchemix is out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Alchemix is out and RSUP is in, I'll send you 10,000. If I'm right, you should. You don't have to send me anything because I have the ability to see the future, so I wouldn't need any squid.
Next time I send.
But all right, cool. Very good stuff. So it's the weekend now coming up for unless you're trading on CME, a lot of stuff is going to slow down. It's going to be quiet for the weekend. You can listen to this Llama party on loop. You can listen to it backwards. You can listen to it 10x speed, 5x speed, 2x speed, half x speed. After you've done all that, though, you might still want stuff to listen to. And fortunately, we have recommendations for you. So if you're interested in watching some videos over the weekend,
The mic is mute somehow. Oh boys, 515151. Oh boys. Can't hear a thing.